Honourable Speaker, in respect of the budget of 25-26, introduction gives a very emotional and political rhetoric. It uses these words, which I call cliches, referencing to double-engine Sarkar, Swatantra Goa and Vision 2047. While they have very wonderful, inspirational tone, they lack the measure for giving any direction in how they will be operationalized. There is no clarity on whether how much has been completed and the roadmap how they will be completed. As far as fiscal profile is concerned, the GSDP growth rate is optimistic, but there is no major reform for tourism or the industry. Everything seems to be going on in the same way it was going on before. We need innovation. We are having stiff competition from other states. We are having competition from Far East. And we need to innovate so that we can live up to our expectations. The growth rate of 14.27 projected per capita income of 9.69 lakhs seems overly optimistic because there is no reform. Capital assistance of 1,520 crores from the center is notable. But unfortunately, there is one thing which is government always does is hiring consultants. आणि मुगे सद्दां म्हणटा consultants इतले पैसे घेतात, they are virtually like commission agents. They are making suggestions, and now it is time that the consultant should be held responsible for poor quality work because they are collecting percentages of the work. They make recommendations and the government pays them. In addition, the government pays GST to them. The revenue surplus of 2,403 crores presented is positive, but it doesn't show how it was achieved, whether it was tax cuts or it was by revenue collection. As far as the debt to GDP ratio is said to be falling, but we don't know how because no statistics have given, no figures have been given. In general administration and coordination, the Unified Pension Scheme offers defined benefits, 50% of the basic pay, but the long-term fiscal sustainability is questionable. No actual analysis of funding model is shared. State festivals status to local events like Dindi Utsav, Laira Zatra is symbolic. But when you make this as a Zatra, Honorable Speaker, I have come for your functions in Kanakana. Entire setup, entire arrangement is done. It's just like a village which is functioning over there. But when you have this Utsav, I have seen the Dindi in Margaon. Margaon ravatana rati oitale Dindi. Kai infrastructure, kai na ek bomb blast person dallo ek party rati. So I feel that Sarkaran not only announce it as state festival, but asle arrangement karungo jai. Amche Larai Zatra stampede zalo lok melo. Because this is the thing when you don't have the infrastructure and money being spent for it. Declaring state festival, you only start bringing people there, tourists atle, and lok magi zogotle and motle dinga. Recognition, investment in Goa Bhavan. Avneda kita itle Goa Bhavan bayar koru sutat, kita lok Bangalore, Madras, they said in Ocean. So if there's Goa Bhavans, mostly people go to Bombay or they go to Delhi. An upgradation of Goa Institute of Public Administration, but we need something good so that we give good officers. Personnel and human resource reforms. This is long overdue by a revision of recruitment rules. But today I have new courses atat, new qualifications asat. But I ask also one thing to the government. Why don't you do, Honorable Chief Minister, one small, in personnel department, recruitment rules you are saying you are amending, but there is also promotional avenues. Why are the promotionals not being done? If not yearly, at least 2 yearly a promotional. Kizata, there is a backlog. Then the relation comes onto the date on which you are going to give them an appointment. If in case of a police, for example, if you don't promote them in time, then they don't get qualified for IPS. They lose the chance. Similarly, if they are not promoted on time, they don't have a regular promotion, they don't get considered for higher promotion. Recognition of private sector experience for LDC recruitment. It should be done, but it should be across the board for all the departments. Engagement of CA and CS professionals in good governance must be followed by periodic performance reviews. Mission Karam Yogi training mandated through IGOT platform. That is a central government project which is there, and I think that is very good because if the officers are updated with new techniques, it will work out. GHRDC expansion into private security. This is one एक security guards म्हणून Human Resources Development Corporation हाडटा. आज GHRDCन कितले advertisement काढले म्हूण पळोवपाक गेल्यार हे डिपार्टमेंट आनी दुसरे डिपार्टमेंटाक जातात. They have become like labor contractor. ते कित्याक लेबर कॉन्ट्रॅक्टर आमगे भुरगे बेकार आहात ते जॉबाक सोदतात. आतां लेटस्ट एडवर्टिजमेंट काडलो तो जॉबाचो न्ही तो हांवें ऑनरेबल स्पीकर तुमी पळयलें जालें एम्पॅनलमेंट म्हणलें. एम्पॅनलमेंट म्हणल्यार कितें आमी बाजारांत वयता आतां मानाय आसतात थिंगा गोवणी आसतात कार्पेंटर आहात इलेक्ट्रिशियन आहात आमी तीग जाण वतले हिंगातले दोग जाण कार्पेंटर हाडले एकले इलेक्ट्रिशियन वतले काम जालें ते मागीर घरा परत लायनीन रावतले असले एम्पॅनलमेंट म्हणलें. इट इज नॉट जॉब. आमगे भुरगे हुस्केन आहात कितले आयले सर म्हाका जॉब दी प्लीज रेकमेंड माय नेम हांवें सांगलें फकत एम्पॅनलमेंट तुका ते मानाय भाशेन तुमकां उबी कोत्तले घर आसा तेन्ना हाडले तुका म्हणलो ऑल देयर लायफ ते सगळे लायफ तेंगे अशें उरले कुसोन उरले जॉब मेळच ना. एंड दीस इज समथींग इफ द गव्हर्मेंट सरकाराको पोस्ट आहात जाल्यार अपॉयंट देम. आयज अपॉयंट केल्या फाल्यां ते रिटायर जातले बट एटलीस्ट यू गिव देम दॅट ऑपॉर्च्युनिटी मागीर लोकांक चान्स मेळटा. Educational sector, school education is 2,100 crores, but gaps in infrastructure and teaching quality remain unaddressed. आमचे इस्कलाचे म्हणटा तितले पयशे घायले म्हूण आमचे शाळा कोलॅप्स जातात. आमगे शाळा इवन नॉट फिट फॉर लोकांक भितर बसपाक कित्याक रिपेर करूंक जाय लिकींग जाता नोडे फुटले थोडे स्लॅब आहा ते स्लॅब लीक जातात. सो दीस इज नॉट अ गूड थिंग. लॅपटॉप डिस्ट्रिब्युशन म्हणटात लॅपटॉप डिस्ट्रिब्युशन करपाक लॅपटॉप दे गीव आयज टेंडर काडलो दुसरो आसा नाल्यार 6 म्हयन्या उपरांत ते लॅपटॉप दितात. इफ यू आर गिविंग लॅपटॉप लेट द टेक्नॉलॉजी बिकम्स आउटडेटेड सॉफ्टवेअर पासून सामकें चलना मागीर. सो आय थिंक दीस हॅज टू बी डन व्हेरी रॅपिडली नाल्यार भुरगे फकत कंप्युटर गेम्स खेळटात तेजेर and third party the laptop pasun cholnat. CM cares and robotic inclusions should be across all schools. Fakat 442 isklang dila. I think it should be given to every school must have that chance. Cluster university model, this is under NEP. Our educational system, Honorable Speaker, has got private institutions and public institutions. In the private institutions which are running, we don't have that system by which people are being given jobs by the government directly. They are not transferable posts. They can't be taken from one place to another. But when you are having a cluster, that is the confusion which is arising. It is also how the children will run between one college to another college. This is how they are doing this, clustering. So some lectures in this place, some lectures in that place, and this is the manner in which it will never work. It requires a proper infrastructure. Establishing Gaitonde Soza chairs. But there is no curriculum and nothing which is mentioned about that in the Goa University. In technical education and skill development, there is an outlay of 120 crores. But the actual utilization and industrial linkages must be assessed. We are qualifying children in technical courses, but we never go and study what is the demand of the industries. That is why there are so many pharma companies here which now have started earn and learn. But I think they are not giving our children that opportunity, they are giving other people the chance. So who are graduating while working with them. If we have industry-related courses which are being provided, then I think that the government will be able to give employment with higher speed. But if you bring one particular industry for which we don't have qualified people, nor have you trained people to be qualified because those industries are coming, They will definitely bring people from out and engage them, and our children will have no jobs. Upgrading ITIs and centers of excellence under Tata Technologies. This announcement has been made also in the previous budget, but nothing has come out about the curriculum and the relevance and placement goals. Apprenticeship, 11,000 promise केल्ले. आणि त्यांना सांगलोलें ते apprenticeship बोललोले ते फकत इलेक्शन येत देखून apprenticeship गायले तेंका. आता apprentice 11 म्हयने apprenticeship केले कितें जालें तेंचे भुरग्यांचे ते घरा गेले. ते घरा बेकार बसून आहात ते. So this is the apprenticeship only because election. परत आता इलेक्शन येतले ZP, परत तुम्ही advertisement काढले आणि assembly election तेन्ना आनीक advertisement येतलो. फकत ते advertisement लोकांक खोपान दवरून. So I think that this kind of apprenticeship without any sense of direction, where you're getting an opening for a job, is a fraud. Entrepreneurship development schemes are in place, but the budget allocation appears insufficient. Infrastructure and sewerage. Road infrastructure, 30,000 crores in national projects. Lot of emphasis has been done on national highway expansion, major roads, but nothing in the rural segment. And I think the government must focus on internal roads. You talk about tourism in the hinterland, you talk of Goa beyond the beaches, and if you don't have proper infrastructure in the rural places, how do the common man survive? Forget tourists coming. Nobody is going to come here to have bumpy roads and bad roads and probably die on those roads. Repeated references to the complete or sanctioned works were not matched by completion timelines or third-party verification. Sewerage allocation, only 30% coverage is being added. Universal sanitation remains distant. I'm guessing sewerage network is not proper. Even in the MAPSA city, MAPSA Municipal Council, that Kamarkazan, finally they have managed to get them also to make sure that it is starting, but everything is not yet connected and fully functional. And therefore I think that they need to speed up so that you have this sewerage and that people don't leave waste in and contaminate local areas. Now as far as payment of bills and billing by penalties for making payments of the bills and incentivizing by saying if you don't pay we will challenge. Today what is happening is, as far as water bills, after stopping that 16 units free, people are getting bills in thousands. It's not that they have changed the meter. It's not that they have changed into electronic meters. Electricity department, after making electronic meters, the bills are running very fast. And now they're going to come out with smart meters, I'm told. Smart meter, like you first pay, have an amount in your thing like a prepaid mobile recharge, and if your money is over, you remain in darkness. You'll have to buy candles and wait. Creation of a new drinking water department. I think this is also linked along with our Made. Because if we are not going to get water, proper water supply, and you are not having this proper connect, because please understand, there is one division which is supplying water, there's another division which is treating water, and finally there's another division which is going to now handle Made. So if you are not linking these three together, how will the department work? It will only be paperwork and nothing coming out. And only you are paying salaries to the staff. The WT projects worth 1,000 crores are crucial, but past failures in commissioning and leakages raise questions. In electricity, we have 4,131 crores allocation, which is substantial. But budget is lacking in disclosing how this transmission and distribution losses are being accounted, how infrastructure upgrades are being done, and what are the billing reforms being done. Underground cablings in 239.77 crore and smart meters is what is being mentioned. These smart meters which I have just mentioned. There's 338 crores for distribution system, but again there are no proper audits which have been given. In renewable energy, there are 62.15 crores allocation is modest, considering Goa's renewable energy potential and the national clean energy commitments. Projects like 700 solar pumps, rooftop solar on substations, and a 5 megawatt solar pump at Goa Engineering College are welcome, but need stronger scalability and timeline clarity. I know that the government of Goa, along with the government of India, is trying to go for green energy, solar energy, but I think the speed in which things are going on is a little rather slow. I think the government requires to look into that so that we rely less on these power supplies and get it directly to ourselves. Model solar village and subsidies for EVs. I think we need to increase the subsidy for EVs because at the moment the subsidy which are going, I'm told it's going slow because budgetary provision is not available. And then there is no projection of how much you will be able to provide through the solar or the EVs, and finally at the end of the day how much you will offset against the national requirement which you are importing or how much demand has to be made available. In urban development, 452.68 crore allocation shows intent, but priorities like slum redevelopment, 5 crores, seems heavily underfunded. Smart city mission, like beautification at Pato, Cafe Bosle Square, Ribandar Market, I think these are not all required. Let us even speak about this, though it's on the national highway, you are having one restaurant coming up on the Zuari Bridge. Why do we need that restaurant? You are diverting funds which could have been used for better development of the highway. The government need not propose such type of projects which will serve neither you nor me, because those who will go on those restaurants will be only those, the rich and the famous, because only those who can afford will go. The rates are very high. I remember going to Ahmedabad, there is one restaurant called Patang, it is a revolving restaurant. Long back I went, it was 1,200. Now, few days back, for just one veg meal, by the way. And if you go now I'm told it's about 8,000 rupees excluding tax per person to have some veg meal over there and just to sit there to rotate there. I don't think that it is worth for any poor man to go, and our locals will definitely not go. It will become like a casino where Goans are not allowed, all others will come. Of course, I'm not saying that we should go to casinos. In the cities too, an Amrut project for improving water supply and sewage. They need to be done, monitor it properly, because unless you have it effective, otherwise we are getting water which is not even potable. Smart poles and illumination plans. They should be energy saving, and they should not be those which are just decorative and having no effect. New MOPA city under MADA lacks public consultation details. That's MOPA Authority for Development. Because you need to have something as a blueprint which aligns with the local heritage and the local needs. No mention of garbage segregation, landfill management or enforcement of the SWM rules 2016. Garbage collection is going on and everybody says don't dump it here, don't dump it there. Even if an MRF shed is being built in the villages, people oppose not knowing what's an MRF shed. They all believe that this is a garbage dumping site. As a matter of fact, there were problems even in my constituency where people were misleading to say that this is going to be another Sonsoro. So, I have seen in Kamurli what you all have got. It is very well being managed and it is very well organized segregation, including disposal, how you all are doing. And I thought that our people should also know this. But I think that this kind of thing should be done across not just the city, because, Honorable Speaker, I'm going to give an example. If tomorrow I visit Mapsa city, for example, and I have eaten a chocolate, and I wish to throw the paper out, I will not roll my window and throw it out, but I will like to throw it in a dustbin. But you know what happens? There are no dustbins now. There are collection centers. And in the collection centers, what is the rule? If you go to that collection center and throw, they come and catch you and they fine you. And they say, no, you are not from this constituency, so you can't come and throw here. So this man is supposed to carry that thing, or I will carry this packet maybe of food which is like the bones or something of chicken or some waste and all that. How many people will have the patience to carry it with them back home and put in their dustbin? We are not in Europe. People will just take it and throw it in any place where they can, in the first place opportunity they get where no one is looking. So this is what will happen. I think we need to open the doors and we need to make sure that we have these places where people can also, who come to the city, like as we have public toilets so that they're convenience places for them. They should also have this kind of convenience centers where people can also have this public, waste being thrown or being kept. As far as tourism is concerned, 440.98 crores allocation recognizes tourism economic role, but the sector's long-standing issues. Any tourist site which is being developed, we don't have any proper infrastructure. Whether it's a fort, whether it's any place, heritage site, there are no proper dustbins, there are no proper toilets, there are no convenience rooms there, even resting rooms. I can understand in a heritage zone you may have certain restrictions, but I think these are the things which are needed, because you end up tourists coming there, and very often we got the type of tourists who come with their shigri, they come with their handis, they cook over there because they come in a bus, and then after that, where do they go? They go around the bushes, which is very sad. They dirty the place and they go away. I think when we are speaking of tourist infrastructure, we need to make sure that not only identifying and promoting, but making such things available to the people. As far as certain projects I will mention, oceanarium, which are very capital intensive, environmental sensitive and uncertain on return on investment. Aerotourism, I presume that it is at Sukkur, no? Kitla, I think. Kitla, Sukkur. Kitol, oh Kitol. Kita, because in Kitla it's written in the budget speech. Oh, rather, I thought you have a Kitla there. Kitol is in Campaign, that side. Yeah. Okay, Kitol. So I was wondering from where they will fly from out. Anyway, it's a niche interest, questionable economic multiplier and high safety regulation needs. I'm only hoping then caravan parks, again, caravan parks are welcome for hinterland tourism and for people to go, but again this comes with the infrastructure which I speak about. Now what I'm saying is, now look at this Ro-Ro ferry. When it came, there were complaints of Ro-Ro ferries being charging as much as 200 rupees per vehicle, and they said to people that this 200 rupees is for tourists. Just 2-3 minutes more. 200 rupees is for tourists, 150 is for locals. Till finally, after a lot of noise, it was reduced to 30 rupees. I'm told, I'm still not sure. Some people have complained at 100 rupees being charged. If a person even pays 100 rupees one way and 100 rupees the other way, coming back every day 200 rupees only on that ferry, imagine how much he'll have to spend out of his earnings, which he will not be able to save. And then we don't want these kind of things, projects, which will make our people pay such very high through the nose and not be able to even enjoy. Cruise tourism. That is something we need to work on, which you have also assured. Online taxi aggregator policy has taken undue priority over urgent, affordable mass transport needs. Aggregator policy lacks integration. I will talk on this aggregator policy when the Honorable Minister speaks on that. That motion has been postponed. So in a nutshell, the budget misses low-cost, high-impact interventions such as reviving heritage forts and walking trails, linking rural homestays to mainstream tourism, training and certifying locals in hospitality skills. As far as other issues relating to tourism, I will speak when on the day of the demand, so that I can make forth what are the grievances, what are the suggestions we can make. I'm obliged.